Sup Nerds, Free 99 here, checking out a brand new game. You know, I've been having the itch to play a tower defense for some time now when I stumbled across this. It's called Pokepath TD. You can find it on itch.io, quickly Google it if you'd like. But it is basically a tower defense game, unofficial. Let me make this clear, this is a fan-made game, so grab it while you can before Nintendo/Game Freak does the old cease and desist, stick 50 lawyers at them. But yeah, it's a fan-made game. That's a tower defense with the Pokemon skin. Can't wait to check it out. Let's see what they have. So profile creation, looks like we can choose our languages here. Quite a few supported. We'll stick to English, thank you very much. We've got red, we've got blue, green. I believe that one's gold. That one's silver? Question mark? Crystal, and then, no, this one's silver. So who the heck are these ones? This is definitely Gen 2 Pro Tag. These two, no idea. That one's Giovanni's kid, which I want to say is silver. Or maybe they finally gave him his own name? We've got this person, that person, Bray. We've got Dawn from the anime. We've got Barry, who will fine you about a $10 bajillion for looking at him funny. Oh, we've even got the old school Dawn and not Dawn. From Legends Arceus, which is cool. This doesn't look familiar, so I want to say it's from Black and White. Same with this. That is not hair, that is the canopy of a forest. Well, again, not entirely sure what generation this is from, but those are definitely, that's definitely a hairstyle. Okay, this is from Alola. I know. No, this isn't from Alola. This is from Kalos. This is the Frenchie. And Frenchette. And then we're back to red. Okay, cool, cool. We've got some choices here. I wanna play the past versions. Honestly. Legends was one of my favorite games. When I saw Legends ZA, kind of disappointed with the art style, lack of voice acting, and a slew of other things. Highest grossing franchise, by the way, Pokemon. Very, very small amount of effort, very high price tag equals very good profits. I'm sure all the developers, well, I don't even know if the developers see the money. I'm sure it all goes to the shareholders. But that's beside the point. But the point is, we've got Charmander, we've got Trico, we've got Froakie, which isn't right, but we do still get a Fire, Grass, Water starter. Froakie attacks ricochet between enemies with reduced damage, so a bit of AoE, that's kind of cool. Trico doubles its power if it's in tall grass. Just looking at the map behind us, I'm guessing that would be this area, and maybe some middle bits. And then Charmander, the attacks burn the target for 10 seconds, causing them to lose 0.5% of their life per second. Honestly, out of these three, I do like Trico the best. But mechanically speaking, Charmander does a lot of damage and Froakie does AoE damage. And if I've learned anything from all the tower defense games that I have played, AoE is kind of broken. Although Charmander is really good for bosses. Trico does not excite me at all. So let's go with Froakie here. Maybe there's a way to unlock the other two? Tutorial, we've got units. Defend the route with your Pokemon. Each one has unique stats and special ability. Level them up to make them stronger and evolve them. Awesome, perfect. You can buy new Pokemon in the shop. Each time you purchase one, the price will increase. That makes sense. Looks like there's a whole slew of different generational Pokemons in the game, which is good. I'm not entirely sure if they put in all 1,000 plus Pokemon, but it'd be really cool if they did. Here's a few more. You can have up to 10 active Pokemon in your team. I'm guessing that's what this is. We've got the traditional 6 to start with, plus another 4 unlocked with stars. The rest will be stored in the box. Thank you, Bill. Here's the map. Okay, cool. You can switch routes at any time without losing progress. Okay, if a wave is too hard, visit another map to train your Pokemon and come back later. I'm sure that will make sense later. We've got enemies, so maybe not all Pokemon are going to be on our side. Some of them will be enemies. Each enemy has unique traits. Before starting the wave, check which enemies will appear and adjust your team. So I'm guessing that's what this is. Route 1 of 1. Wave 1, we've got a Rattata. 3 of them will show up, I'm guessing. They got 70 health each. Speed and power of 1. No health regen, which is good. They're able to be CC'd. They're not invisible, but it's good to know that invisibility is in the game. That's a popular mechanic in some tower defense. So we gotta make sure we have sight. And then I'm guessing they drop 4 gold when they die. Or fainted. Pokemon don't die unless you're reading the manga. You can change your name and avatar from your profile and view your achievements and stats. There's achievements in the game. That's cool. Autosave. The game autosaves when changing maps or finishing a wave. Good to know. Good luck. That's all. You start your adventure with 50 bucks. Use it wisely. So this is us, I guess. There's our player. We've got no stars, 50 bucks. We've got a lot of health. We've got our Froakie. If we check the data here, so I'm guessing it does 6 attacks. It'll attack once per second, or 6 damage. Attacks once per second. Less than 1% crit, so we shouldn't be looking into that. A range of 110, I'm sure we'll know what that means sooner or later. A shape of a circle is interesting. That means there's going to be other shapes in the game. And playing other tower defense games, I have seen quite a bit of different shapes. So like some of them are map wide, which is kind of cool, but they deal like piss poor damage, or they're just support units that help your towers. And then some of them are even just a line. So like you could put a character up here and then they'll just shoot in a straight line map wide. So anybody that comes around this corner and goes down this way, they're going to get blasted. Or I guess if they come down this way, you put them here, they get blasted. The map doesn't really... Is there a hint on which way the enemy comes? It doesn't look like it. There's no like arrow pointing, which is a little bit annoying. Terrain. I'm guessing this is the kind of terrain that we can put them in. So field or water. And then we got targeting, which is in every single tower defense game if you want to min-max your towers, which is cool. I guess for now we'll do high HP and hope that the ricochets start hitting the lower health enemies as they walk by. Level 16, I believe this is true to the game. You get a Frogator, which is cool. Let's go ahead and deploy you. Okay, so this is not a field or water terrain, and this has to be tall grass. So they can't be in tall grass, they can't be in, I guess, the Rockies. But we can't put them here. That's what 110 units look like, so that's cool. This seems like the perfect spot to put them into. They have little animations, which is awesome. What else can we glean from here? They said there was a shop. What is this? This is us. Okay, cool. These are the achievements. Not to worry about those right now. Here's all the stats in the game. Perfect. What is this? This is our team management. Okay, so this is the box. We've got Froakie. That's all we got right now. A shop? 10 bucks for a Pokemon egg. Honestly, that's pretty cheap. If they all start... Okay, if we look at this, right? If we level up Froakie... Okay, so it does show how much stats we're gonna get. So we could spend 40 out of our $50 to give Froakie plus 1 more damage, which sounds horrible. Instead, we could just buy a random egg for 10 bucks. So, you know, 1/4 of the cost. And if they all start with, say, 6 damage, we can literally increase the amount of people or Pokemon, the amount of Pokemon we can attack per wave, as well as potentially double their damage. So I feel like this is a better purchase than upgrading, leveling up Froakie. So we got a Spoink. That's kind of cool. $47. Okay, so we can't afford this. We have to do some fighting first. But what the Spoink? 33 power blows Froakie right out of the water. Wait, hold up. Can we just... Okay, so we can do left and right. And we can rename! No way! We'll save that for later. But yeah, they do a ton more damage. They do take longer to attack. But like... This is 5 times the damage for double the recharge? That's really not that bad. Critical. Double the critical. A bit more range. Still a circle. They can hit invisible enemies. Okay, we're gonna need this on our team if invisible is a mechanic. So I'm glad to have Spoink. Let's deploy them. It's a good spot. That doesn't really hit a whole lot. They can go on tall grass as well, which is cool. Honestly, I think this might be the best place for them right now. And then, what else we got here? We've got routes, which I guess we can unlock with stars as well. That's cool. Not sure what this is. And then we've got settings, which is cool. I'll look into this in a bit. Although, Volume Master, the volume can go up a bit. I can bump the volume to like 75. Music can go up to like 50. 50 is good. UI at 50, volume effects 50. That seems doable. I'm guessing next wave just spawns the next wave. Yep, there they go. What is this? This just speeds up animation. Okay, so there's 1 times, 2 times, and 3 times. There goes the Spoink murdering 2. Oh, we're gonna let this Rattata go by, aren't we? There wasn't anything for the Froakie to bounce off of, which is unfortunate. Froakie needs multiple enemies to be the most useful. We lost a heart. That's unfortunate. We did get $51. Let's go ahead and... How do we move you? Like this? Okay. Spoink murders them as they go by. Froakie makes the most use out of its ability if there's lots of them. So we don't want Spoink murdering before they go by. Also, this looks like the amount of damage that they did, so you can see which Pokemon is like pulling their weight, which is kind of cool. I did not want that. I wanted Shop. We've got $51, $47. Let's see what else we got. Cranidos! Yo, I actually love this Pokemon. Rampardos has like the biggest attack in all of the game, at least thus far. Really fun Pokemon if you've never used it on a playthrough or like just battling online. $88 for the next one. That's gonna be incredibly expensive. What was I looking for? How do we... Okay, we just click and unclick. Cool. Wave 2, we've got a Zubat and 4 Rattatas. But what does Cranios do? 3 seconds, so it takes a while. It's weaker than Spoink, which is unfortunate. Very good critical, though. The damage potential is there. Also, Rampardos is not like the fastest Pokemon, so a recharge of 3 seconds kind of makes sense. Range of 95, so short range. Still a circle. Increases damage by 5% for each missing heart. So you're like the end game closer, which is cool. We can deploy you like... Ooh, that's really not much of a range. I guess we can deploy you here. And then we can hit... Is auto what I think it is? It'll just do like this wave, and then when they die, they'll just throw in the next wave after that. Let's see. Zubat, a fast Pokemon. Good to know. There's the bouncing from Froakie doing its job, which is amazing. It has amazing bounce range, which is cool. Yep, and there's the next wave. Okay, cool. Let's see how well this team goes. $88 is pretty large for the next egg, but in all honesty, leveling up the Pokemon doesn't look that great, especially when we have empty slots. I'm kind of more interested to see what the selection is and what each Pokemon, like how unique they are from one another. I suppose there's probably more than just one invisible tracker in the game. So I wonder what else they put in. We lost another part here, which is unfortunate. Can we pause this? We can turn auto off and we can slow it down, but we can't pause it. Okay, so we'll keep this at a 3 times. And then once these guys get defeated, that Geodude has a second health bar. And it is wrecking us. So that sucks. Spoink, please get rid of it. Come on. It was out of range. Okay. It doesn't actually go through. Cranidos gets 1 shot off of it and then it dies. Okay. Cranidos might not be the best Pokemon to have right now. But we do have a shop. We got $145. Pokebucks. Corsola. Our next Pokemon is Corsola. I'm not entirely sure if types matter. But let's see here. 14, 1.5, not bad. Critical 5% is cool. A range of 201 is insane. But the shape is a ring. Projectiles explode in an area, dealing half damage to nearby enemies. So we've got AoE just like Froakie, and slowing them for 2 seconds. It's a Corsola and not a Cursola. So it doesn't evolve. What does a ring mean? Ring? Okay. So that's what a ring is. So it starts at 201, I guess, and it gets like... Okay, let me place you down so I can... Okay, well, that sucks. I can't just keep it up. Can't keep the ring up. But, yeah, as you can see here, like, the closer you are to Corsola... There's basically, like, a dead man zone between Corsola and when the ring starts. And then there's, like, the ring AoE. And then it's, like, dead zone after that, which is cool, I like this. I like that they have different shapes. But where can I put you, though? I feel like this is the best spot, because this side of the ring coincides sort of with where Froakie's at. So then they can be slowed and AoE'd. So that seems like a good idea. For targeting, though, I saw... Did I not see, like, slowed? Okay, we can target to not slowed enemies. To make sure, like, if they do get slowed, we're not constantly hitting them. We're passing the slow around, so that's cool. Let's hit next wave here. See what a bunch of Zubats and Geodudes will do. It's just one Geodude. They're all Zubats. It's working. They're being slowed down and pelted by Froakie, which is insane. The Geodude's health, though, is, it's a little intimidating. We barely touched its second health, although it did die, which is good. Still need a bit more money for the next egg. So we'll do like 3. Let's do 3. Maybe we can buy like the last 2 eggs, one after another. Zubats are getting slowed down, which is awesome. Perfect. We love to see that. They are being taken out by the Spoink. We've got some Rattatas trailing behind here. They're getting decimated, which is good. We've got one Geodude left. I think this one's gonna make it, though. I'm not entirely sure if Cranidos... Okay, Cranidos took it out. 182, yeah. So let's turn off auto. After these Doduos, let's see if we can't buy an egg or 2. Come on, they're so close to dead. Cranidos? No? Not enough damage? That sucks. Okay, we'll buy this. We got a Clauncher. Clauncher's cool. I like Clauncher. Mega Launcher is an amazing ability. We're like 70 bucks off from the next Pokemon. What do we got here? 75, 6 seconds. I like the power. I hate the recharge. High critical hit chance, though. And a shape of a cross. That's new. Okay. Crits do twice the damage, which is insane. A cross looks like that. I don't know what I was expecting. But, there's really no good places to put it in. Like, if this spot was empty and was usable, that would have been great, but, no, this kind of sucks. Yeah, I guess we'll put you there for now. I don't know if we'll keep you. You have the same issue as Cranidos, which is just, like, all the power, none of the none of the quickness. Like, you're one-shotting enemies, which is insane. I do like that. But it doesn't justify, A, your lack of range, or at least this isn't your type of map, and B, like, the cooldown. The cooldown is just terrible. 6 seconds? If we level you up, like, just the damage goes up, which is unfortunate. Yeah, even if you do it 10 times, like, sure, you can one-shot things, but you can one-shot one thing every 6 seconds, which isn't that great. Can you finish off one of them? No? Okay, well, okay, turn the auto off. I forgot to turn the auto off, that's my fault. We can buy another egg here, although I think we might want, like, 3 eggs to maybe replace the Cranidos and Clauncher. I don't see them sticking around here. So our last egg, or I guess our last teammate is an Oshawott. Hey! Oshawott. Okay, 14, 120. Alright, critical's a little low, range kind of sucks. Circle shape. Each attack on the same target causes additional damage. So you could also be a boss killer, which isn't bad. The range is kind of terrible. Can I move you here, and then can you have the same range as the Spoink? Okay, I mean, it's more people. I can't complain. It's more damage on the table, so let's hit next wave. But yeah, Cranidos, Clauncher, and Oshawott might not be sticking around. I'm sorry, my apologies and condolences to the people that like these Pokemon, but they will not be staying, at least on the team that I'm playing. But hey, you know what? You can, if you want to make your own team, if you want to play with these Pokemon, go ahead and check out the I was about to say demo. You can check out the full game yourself. Again, it's called Pokepath TD. I found this on itch.io. It could be on other platforms. There's a lot of them that's going to make it through, which sucks. We're down to 1 health. That was horrific. But yeah, check it out yourself. We can buy another egg here. We got a Sableye. That's cool. I like Sableye. Where is it? It's probably in the PC. Can we check your data? That's too long of a recharge for too little payoff. Curse an enemy and deal damage to all cursed enemies. I don't know if that's not slowed, curseable, random. I don't know if that's good, honestly. Although, you do have a better recharge than Clauncher. So if we remove unit and then add unit, is that how you do this? Cool. And then deploy you... Where can I deploy you? That won't be, like, terrible. Okay, wait, can you actually hit around the corner? You can sort of do. Does that count? We're about to find out. Although, I think you might be better off, like, at the beginning, honestly, because the more you cursed, the more... from the sounds of what your attack does. Curse an enemy and deal damage to all cursed enemies. So, cursing them and then letting them run through, and then, like, as you attack, they get cursed as they run through? Is that how your ability works? I hope it is. What did Oshawott do again? Attacks on the same target causes additional damage? Okay, yeah, no, that could work. Maybe put you... Spoink isn't really doing anything right now. Yeah, it can just hit invisible enemies, which isn't bad, like 33 damage. We'll put you in here, we'll put you in there, and then we'll hit next wave. So this should be cursed. Okay, yeah, so the next time Sableye attacks, everybody with a curse takes damage, which is kind of cool, but it kind of sucks that Sableye had nothing left to attack. So the cursed enemies didn't take any more damage. Okay, it's not as good as I thought it'd be. You have survived a total of 11 waves. We can either restart, or you must clear at least 25 waves to unlock the retry option. The restart puts us back at wave 1. We've got 11 stars because we've beaten 11 waves. Did that unlock anything? We can go to Route 1-2 now. But, how much was the next egg? 309? That's kind of a lot. I think I'm gonna call it there for this episode. It's an interesting game. I highly recommend it if you wanna check it out yourself. Pokepath TD. So as always, I've been Free99. You've all been amazing. I'll catch you next time.